Hey, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There's a lot of people lying with microphones in their hands. Be careful who you are listening to. If it sounds like you need Jesus and something or someone else in order to live a holy life or an abundant life, then somebody's lying to you. If you leave a talk searching for more power, position, instead of growing more hungry for your Savior's presence, we have failed you as pastors. If you're clapping because God might fuel your agenda rather than celebrating what he has already done on the cross, that's not good gospel preaching or teaching. That is pulpit pimping at best. And if your message, pastor, preacher, Christian, communicator, is all about abundance, if your abundant sermon has to change when you're talking to a bunch of kids in the foster care system who has received family rejection after family rejection after family rejection, and you can't preach abundance like you were preaching to a different audience. If it's hard for you to preach that abundant sermon to a bunch of folks in hospice care, then your abundant sermon is probably about something other than Jesus. Because if Jesus could preach to the foster care kid, if Jesus can preach to the family struggling with a family member in hospice care, if Jesus could preach to a man or a woman on death row, the same conviction that he could preach to a room full of successful CEOs that were free, if Jesus could preach successfully, but you can't, then there's something suspect about the God you say you're preaching about. If the God you say that you're preaching about is only God with successful Americans that are free, what does it say about the God that needs to be preached to the man on death row, or to the woman in hospice care, or to the kid who's been rejected and now they're turning 16 without a family, without anybody warning them, and your gospel can't encourage that kid? It's suspect, man. We got to stop lying to people and telling them that abundance only looks like this, but it don't look like that. We got to stop preaching an abundance and a gospel that excludes the least of these.